the bargain has changed. The other thing that I think is interesting is our notions of loyalty. Loyalty, and that's actually a fairly rich concept here. One way to think about loyalty, there's some people who say that in the world of free agents, there is no loyalty. But that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. What's happened is not that loyalty has disappeared, but that it's changed. And the way that I like to think about it is this. It used to be, going back to our bargain for a moment, it used to be that loyalty was vertical, up and down. Okay? You gave loyalty up, the company gave security back down. As I said, that bargain doesn't exist anymore. But what has happened to loyalty is not that it's just disappeared, but that it's gone from vertical to horizontal. There is now horizontal loyalty. If you go out into the workforce today, there's a lot of loyalty. But it's not loyalty from individual to a company. It's loyalty of individuals to their peers. It's loyalty of individuals to their profession. It's loyalty of individuals to their customer. That is, it's multiple kinds of loyalty that go horizontally rather than one kind of loyalty that goes up and down. So in some ways, it's actually a richer, more robust form of loyalty than the old way. So that's very important to understand. There's something else about the bargain that is interesting to understand. That's, I think, a more novel concept for Japan. There's a notion that people who work as free agents do not have any security. And that's partly right. There isn't as much security. If you say to me, is it difficult being a free agent? Is it risky being a free agent? The answer is yes. But you also have to ask yourself a follow-up question, which is, compared to what? And compared to a regular job? I don't know, because regular jobs are risky too. Companies go out of business. Companies go bankrupt. Companies like the American company Enron goes from the top to the bottom in a blink. Companies lay people off, starting here, including here in Japan now, which would have been unthinkable. And so the question is that, yes, there's not much security working for yourself, but there's not a lot of security working for a large company today either. And so what I found people telling me is that people were dealing with the risk in a pretty interesting and sophisticated way. They were, I don't know how this will translate, they were diversifying. They were diversifying so that if you think about, if you have money to invest, and again, that individual investment ethic isn't nearly as robust here in Japan as it is in the United States. But if you think about it, if you have money to invest, let's say in a stock market, do you take all of your money and invest it in one company? That's a big risk, because if that company goes down, you lose all your money. So you're better off putting some here, some here, some here, some here. You're diversified. Well, what free agents were telling me is that that's how they were dealing with the risk in their own careers. Instead of putting all of their human capital into one company, they were diversifying. So that if you have multiple clients and customers, if one goes away, that's not great, but it's not the end of the world. But if you have only one employer and that employer goes away, you're in big trouble. So in some ways, free agents can be considered more secure.